What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back at you with another video, and today we're going to be doing stock up, stock down for week number 3 of college football. If you guys are new, like, comment, subscribe, doing that fun YouTube jazz, trying to get to 5K by maybe the end of next month. We'll see. It's the dead period. We're coming out of it, so I appreciate you guys for supporting me regardless. Of course, yes, feel free to do all the other links down below. There's a Discord there where you can talk to me one-on-one whenever. You don't even have to wait for me to respond to your comment, which would probably only take a little while anyway, because I love to respond to comments. But regardless, you want to get more involved. We have over 130 people there. It's a great community, so check it out. And we're going to be doing a fan mock draft, so you might want to be able to get in on that, which I'm probably going to try to do everything I can to make it Discord exclusive, because I want to get to know you guys more. Join it. Definitely do that. Let's go into it. I know the majority of people watching this are probably subs already, but that is a-okay. Let's go into stock up. I actually already recorded this, and OBS is a pain in the ass, so bear with me. Again, it literally froze my screen, so I'm praying to the freaking goldfish gods on this one that it works. But starting off with our number one guy in the stock up, it is Devon Achane, running back out of Texas A&M. He played against a, honestly, pretty solid Miami front, and he performed really well. The thing that I had a big takeaway with him is the fact that his break tackle ability has increased. He used to not slip many tackles. He used to actually kind of get tripped up really easily. He's still not there, but he almost is, and he's showing a lot of development, and that is awesome. The dude runs 4.24. He's a track star, and he's actually a really good receiver too. Very Anais Smithy. He kicked out Anais Smith from pretty much being a running back because he's that good. So, moving up from 57 to 45 on my board, I am a huge fan of Devon Achane. I'm buying the stock. He was on potentially stock down because he only had 10 carries for 61 yards last week, but this was a big test for him, and he showed out and showed a lot of development. That's why I had to move him up. Blake Freeland played a very stout Oregon front, including Brandon Dorless, who should probably get some love as well. That guy is really special. I'm a big fan of Brandon Dorless, but Blake Freeland has shown development. His anchor is better. He's not there yet, but he's showing that he could be one of the top 5 to top 10 tackles in this class, like a lot of people think he is. He's a very good run blocker. Doesn't have the power that I necessarily want, but he has the fight that I want. He has that motor. I love the way that he just engages blocks. So, big fan of Blake Freeland. Again, moving from 91 to 80. It's not a small move up. Like, that's a legit move up over a couple tackles. So, including one that fell, and we'll talk about him very soon. Jordan Addison, there's not going to be any more weeks that he's probably going to move up unless he just becomes the Lord Jesus himself. But, you know, Jordan Addison's been going off, man. He looks like a cheat code. He's developed his route running, his release. He looks faster. His hands have gotten even better. This guy does look like he's just going to come into the NFL, regardless of his size, and actually just light it up. You see how Rashad Bateman's playing well for the Ravens? I think Jordan Addison can have that similar type of impact for any team that he plays for, because it just looks so easy. The game of football just looks like second nature to him. And that's great. I'm a huge Jordan Addison fan. He was wide receiver 3 to start out the year over Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm very happy I made that originally. Of course, the 2 wide receivers above him aren't as good, but one of them still belongs where he's at. And then the other one is going to be on this list as a guy who's falling. So stay tuned for that. Jordan Travis, got to show him some love. Even though he got hurt, the guy I think said he's perfectly fine. So holla. Very happy to hear that. I don't like when players get hurt. You know, Trey Lance got injured, and, you know, at first I thought it was just like a minor injury, like, oh, well, he has to sit out a couple plays, and then, like, Jimmy G's going to come in, and he's going to perform well, and, you know, just simply put, I would never, ever want somebody, even if I'm lower on them than everybody else, I'd never want a player to get hurt, because, again, these are human beings. Like, you can look at them objectively as a player, but you can't. There's a human being behind that, and it really sucks. I wish the best for Trey Lance. And then, like, again, Jordan Travis got hurt, but I'm glad to hear that he should be good. He went up against a very stout front in Louisville, and he still performed well. He's been doing it all year long. Jordan Travis looking like a very, very nice quarterback to add to your roster. He's making an appearance at 169. That's probably not where he's going to end up in the long run if he continues to play the way he does. Because, again, I'm happy with moving people up because that's awesome. I love being happy about new and amazing players. B.J. Ojulari's been balling out. I was already really high on him, though, so he can't move up very much. But I think he had 6 pressures this last week. Did a very good job against the Mississippi State team that, as you know, last year, they develop offensive line talent. They had one in the top 10 with Charles Cross, so you're not playing against complete duds. This team does know what they're doing. Next, we got Henry Parrish, running back out of the U. And, yeah, this guy deserves some love. Forgive the picture. I mean, Google has absolutely jack shit of him in a Miami Hurricanes uniform. He was formerly there for the Ole Miss Rebels. And, he's looking really good. Looking really good. I had him on my watch list, on my personal watch list, not on stock up, stock down. A couple weeks ago, I was like, this guy's lightning in a bottle. And I said he's very similar to Michael Carter. And I think that's very true. And if you guys don't know, Jets fans, I had Michael Carter as a late second. So I'm a big fan of it. I can see Parrish, if he continues developing, moving up the board because we all know his quarterback isn't really exactly getting the pressure off of him. Let's continue on Roschon Johnson. It's time this guy got some love. We all talk about how great Bijan is, but Roschon Johnson is a freak. He's so good. I can't really describe it more than just he's really good. He's powerful. He has great contact balance. He actually has breakaway speed. The guy is very underrated. And yeah, you can say it's against UTSA, but this is very long overdue, and I have to just show some love. I've loved Roschon since the time I saw him. I think he just transferred he just switched from quarterback to running back when I first watched him play, and he looked good even then. So, got to show some love to Roschon. That guy's an absolute freak. Peter Skoronski, didn't think I'd ever include him on another list because he's already at number 7. But I know it's against SIU, but this guy has let up, I think, 0 pressures all year long, and he's just been god tier. He put on 20 pounds, which is why I became a lot higher on him. He just looks so much better, and you know what? He deserves to be in this top 4. He really does. Granted, there's been some dudes who have been moving out of the top 10, but he's well deserving of it. So next we have our watch list. And yeah, every single player here is on the watch list. Let's just go by the logos here, starting off in the middle. Might as well take it out. Michael Penix looked really good. Still, obviously not top tier NFL caliber, but he has some very good plays. And I'm very excited to see him continue to develop there at Washington because he does look very good and he looks back to health, and that's great. Then we go to Missouri. Javon Foster's back again. He didn't beat the threshold to be able to move him up yet because Blake Freeland kind of took that, but he's still ahead of Blake Freeland. We'll see if he can move even further from him. UTSA, their quarterback Frank Harris has been doing a really good job. He has. I think he has 9 big time throws to 2 turnover worthy plays, and he had 0 turnover worthy plays and 2 big time throws against Texas with a team that is probably not that good. So, UTSA, you got yourself a pretty good quarterback. He's been lighting it up. So I'm a big fan of that. Again, I wish these guys who are in these small schools the best of luck. They do a great job. Mikel Jones for Syracuse. He's been also doing a really good job. Shout out to Broshmo for calling out Mikel Jones. He's been performing very well. CJ Stroud, not by the fact that he performs well against the best teams, but mainly because the other players just are complete booty cheeks at the moment for some reason. Hopefully that changes. He's become QB2. Kill me. Literally. This class is not as good as people were talking about at the start of the year. I think that the reason it had potential to be so good is because Stroud could have continued where he was last year, and he didn't really. He really didn't. He didn't perform very well against Notre Dame, in my opinion. And, again, you should perform well against Toledo with the best receiving core, arguably, in college football. But regardless, you had the potential of TVD and Anthony Richardson taking a big leap, and then people talking about Will Levis as well, and they didn't. So just beware. Watch out for all this hype on the quarterback class. I genuinely think that it is heavily overrated. And it sucks for me to say that because I really don't want to be right about that, but I would honestly want to wait till 2024 unless I'm getting Bryce Young. That's my personal opinion. That's where I'm at. But for the U, we have, I think, John Franklin Jr., their left tackle. He's been performing really well, and he's been taking a big step up. Got to watch out for him being a big riser. Oklahoma, it's about damn time I put Eric Gray back on here. I had him as my RB1 last year. I had some tweets about it. I said RB2 because I didn't want to get absolutely annihilated, but the more I watched him, the more I should have just stuck to my guns. This guy is unbelievable. He has a great frame at over 200 pounds, and he has such good contact balance, burst, speed, and route running. He really is the whole package. I'm just a big fan of Eric Gray. Then we got two guys for Louisville. We got Yaya Diaby, the guy who's flexing there right near the logo. And he made Robert Scott look like a fool. And I'm going to be honest, he is on the stock down list because of Yaya Diaby. And then Yasir Abdullah also performing really well. Louisville, it's kind of nice to see them have some defensive stars. I was a huge fan of Quinterio Cole last year. I think he's on the Rams. I don't know. He might have made the 53-man roster. But, you know, Louisville knows what they're doing. They have some good players now, and I'm very happy to see that. And then, of course, Osiris Torrance. He let up pressure this week. Otherwise, I would have moved him up even more. He would have been having a fire-hot streak. But this guy's good. He's really good. He's performing well in the SEC. So I'm excited to see it. Stock down. Let's go and let's check out Anthony Richardson. He should be falling down to the hundreds at this point, but I'm giving him one more week. This guy was complete ass cheeks against freaking USF, and it sucks. He was at number 4 2 weeks ago, so that's why I'm having some pretty heavy regressions, but I put him one spot below CJ Stroud. I had to give it to CJ. You know, Anthony Richardson ain't ready. Now, if I'm Brian Dable, and let's just say Anthony Richardson's there at the end of the first, I'd be moving up. I would. And I'd be willing to just say, hey, I'm going to take Anthony Richardson, and I'm going to have him sit for a year. I'm going to bring in Jimmy G, and then I'm going to have Anthony Richardson learn from someone who knows how to play. If he comes out. I have a feeling Anthony Richardson ain't coming out this year. I have a really strong feeling that he's going to be like, dude, I'd rather compete with Quinn Ewers and Caleb Williams as a potential chance to be QB2 than to just get absolutely shellacked by some of these other quarterbacks who are a lot more pro-ready. And it just sucks because, obviously, you guys know, I was Anthony Richardson's hype man. I was just really hoping, I was buying the potential chance of him really progressing, and he hasn't done it. Tyler Van Dyke. So, another guy. I had him, I think, at number 11, and, you know, now he's down to 51. Just doesn't really provide all the goodies you're looking for. And it sucks. It does. 2 weeks in a row, and he looked subpar. He doesn't look as good as Mac Jones did. I was hoping for him to be Mac Jonesy. He's a worse version of it. And right now, I'm worried about him potentially just having backup potential. He has some of the most beautiful deep balls. But there's a certain point where you have to be consistent, especially in the NFL. And you do have weapons there at Miami. So there's not as many excuses as I could make for maybe someone like Will Levis, who doesn't have that type of weapon that, you know, Van Dyke does. So Robert Scott is next. Again, we just talked about it. Yaya Diaby. It's why I didn't move him more than that. He let up a lot of pressures, and yeah, he just genuinely was not that good. I spoiled the next one, but I don't really know what much else to say about Robert Scott. I was really hoping for him to really be that next level dude, but we'll see. We'll see. Robert Scott could definitely take back the throne if he has a bounce back week. Dante Demas, he should be falling more than this. So I go to SMU, pony up. We do not have that good of a defense. Dante Demas was targeted once. Just wait for it. 5 yards. All game. All game. So at least Raheem Jarrett had three targets, 2 receptions, 65 yards, and a touchdown. You know, that's Raheem Jarrett. Like, he can do that to you. 5 yards. What the hell? I still think he can make a comeback. I hope that he gets a fire under his ass, but he definitely can be on another stock down if he doesn't take it another step. Butte, this is the week of wide receivers dropping in it. You know, he was not even utilized there for LSU the way he really needed to, and it's embarrassing. It really is, because like he's wearing the number 7. That is a legendary number there for LSU, and he does not have the dog in him that we kind of hoped for. Kind of sucks. He, I think, was at 18, and now he's moved down to 56. But He still has a chance to get back there. It just looks like that year from after, I believe, he tore his Achilles, or he tore something in his leg that really hurt him. And the drops haven't gotten any better. It's not like he spent time on the jugs machine, or if he has, he needs to spend more. It's just, he definitely could be on another stock down. It sucks. I'm a big fan of Kayvon, but and this guy deserves to be UDFA at this point. I swear to God, I'm being very generous with putting him at 130. But Layden Robinson's been absolute butt cheeks. Just straight up awful. And it's not even hard to see. That's the thing. He's getting juked out by defenders. It's not like oh, well, the defender did a really good move. No, this dude is like not even contacting the interior defensive lineman. And he's getting juked to where he doesn't even get a hand on him. Awful. And you know what? I should have put on this list of Max Johnson for a stock up because he has to deal with this guy. Also, Max Johnson's a beast. I told you guys. But yeah, on watch, this hurts me to death. Oh my God. So, Gervon Dexter, only because he's number 13 on my board, he just had a little bit of a rough week. But Myles Murphy, where the fuck have you been, bro? I've crowned you as number 1 in the class. I've crowned you as a better Aidan Hutchinson. Where have you been? You really need to take it up a notch, dude. Straight up. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if he just didn't stay in shape in the offseason. Maybe he'll get back into shape. But there's a very big chance that Myles Murphy is going to be falling. And that hurts me more than anything. That hurts me more than anything. But on that sour, sad note, we are going to end it right there. Let me know what you guys think. Who should have been on this list? Again, if there are players who perform well, sometimes I just am very, very, very happy about them like before, so I have them very high. That's why they haven't moved. But let me know who you guys loved, who you guys hated, and then I will talk to you guys later. See you on the far side. Peace.